Hello and welcome to Camera Review. Today we are looking at FJ400, which is Westcott's latest flash that just got announced, and it only costs $569. And you might be asking, how come we can get a flash with Westcott quality at a price this low? Well, Westcott did something incredible, which is to revolutionize the way that we purchase lights for our photography. And this one is particularly good because, as you may know, there has been a lot of competition in the market. The price of those flashes, especially portable ones, have gone way down over the years, and we have had a lot of Chinese manufacturers that have come out with products that had less than stellar quality. The flash outputs were not consistent. Most importantly, we had companies like Godox with their 8400 that have flooded the market with cheap lights that are going to produce results that were acceptable by professional standards. But what we had is that their prices had gone up to around $650. And if you look at this compared to what the Godox 8400 offers, you're going to find their specs are very similar, but their quality and the things that they offer are far different from each other. For one, you may look at the Godox 8400 and you may find that they have almost no customer service. You cannot get parts replaced, and if your unit fails, you might as well throw it out. But now we're getting a unit that costs far less, offers better quality, and almost the same specs, FJ400, and we're seeing that they offer something around 480 flashes per charge. Their battery, which is at 4400 ohms, gives the power to outperform Godox 8400. More importantly, it has a very nice large panel on the side where you can see how much flash you're using. It got 9 steps of arrangement in the flash levels, so it's going to give you this whole latitude to precisely dial in your flash. And then you got 16 different channels. Westcott FJ400 comes with a new trigger system that is going to be able to work with all kinds of different camera systems. Now, before, in the past, all the cameras that you had could not work with one flash unit. You had to buy different triggers for each one. While Westcott changed the history of triggers that are used for flashes, because now you can dial in your Sony, Nikon, Canon, or Olympus, or any of those systems, and be able to get your system of camera work with the flash systems. You no longer have to buy different flash units. You no longer have to bring in different triggers to on location to change between different camera systems. For one, I'm using different types of systems. I'm using Canons and Nikons. I got Sonys, I got Leicas, and I use them for different operations and different projects. So when I go out on location, I would sometimes switch from one camera system to the other, and that means I had to switch the triggers in the past. But now with the FJ400 and their new trigger system, I'm able to operate the system from one unit without having to change the trigger, and all I have to do is dial in the different type of system that I'm using, going from, for example, the Sony to Canon, and I'm able to shoot whether I'm using one system or the other. And also what you're going to find that it has 16 channels, and that means you're going to be able to put different types of flash units into different channels, control them remotely from the trigger itself. The trigger is a ratchet system, so you can lower it and raise it if you want to look at it from the top, or you want it to have the unit face you. And that means you're going to be able to have control over the way you operate your unit. For example, if you're somebody tall, you may want to have the unit raised up, or if you're somebody who's short, you may want to look at the unit from the top down, so you can lower the ratchet down and look at the flash trigger from a different perspective. Those are little things that I look for when I'm buying a unit, to make sure that they serve different purposes for different reasons. When I look at a system and when I'm buying a system, I look at how functional it is, what little details they looked into. For example, with this ratchet system, I'm able to control the way that trigger is positioned. I may want to position in a certain way when the sunlight is very strong. I may want to position a different way when I'm using in studio. These are all little things I look for. Also, when I look at the flash trigger unit as well as the flash unit itself, you're going to see a large display. That LCD display is far more user-friendly than anything else that, for example, Godox or any other company offers, because it's very, very easy to operate. You got large numbers, easy to dial, and when you dial those numbers, you can accurately see that the flash duration and flash consistency remains the same. That is very, very important, because what you're going to find is that when you got cheaper units, when you dial down the flash, it changes the color temperature. This has very, very little variation. That means you're going to have consistency across the board when you go in power up or down. Also, you're going to find that this unit comes with the CTO gel. Those CTO gels are magnetic. You can attach them. You can change the color of temperature of your flash to suit the indoor environments as well as outdoors. You can get the Kelvin scale that you're looking for, and that tungsten and daylight difference is very, very important. In the past, when we had to use flashes, we had to clip on gels to make it work. This is already well thought product. It comes with the unit. It comes with the product that is going to serve all your needs right out of the box. For me, that is very, very important. Also, what you're going to find is that this is a solidly built unit. Yes, it is a little bigger than the Godox AD400, and the reason for that is it's got a bigger battery, and that bigger battery gives you about 480 flashes versus about 300 to 350 from the AD400. So that means you're going to get results that is going to mean that you don't have as much downtime. If you're, for example, on location, you don't have to swap batteries, you don't have to carry extra batteries. You can pretty much go on with one battery or at most two batteries through a whole day shooting just using one flash unit. For me, that is vital. That means I don't have to ask my assistants to bring me batteries to swap them out. I don't have to stop the set and say, you know what, we need to change batteries. The batteries are going to last, and that is very, very important. I think a lot of people, when they're going to buy flash units, they don't consider these things. Considerations into fine little details makes all the difference. I mean, the user friendliness of that menu is so incredible, because it allows me to operate units like this with little to no reading manuals. Before, you had to read manuals to have to adjust them and find out where everything else is. This is very user friendly. You can dial in things, and more importantly, that you can take this unit and invest in less than $2,000, get a system that is going to cover just about 95% of your studio and flash needs. You can have 2 or 3 lights. You can have one flash unit, the trigger that is going to serve for all your cameras, and you can set up a variety of options for your customers and clients if you're going to use them in studio or outside. The unit comes with this beautiful option to swap the battery, and that means if you buy 1 or 2 batteries, that is going to serve you just as well as using cords and cables and using lighting system from the electricity. Yet you are completely free. You don't have to have cables, you don't have to have things. Yet if you are in a situation where you are unsure that you're gonna be able to last through the day with one flash unit and one battery, well, you can plug this in and it will charge while you're taking photographs. The battery being charged at the same time as taking flashes means that you are going to have the versatility of using it in all kinds of scenarios. Now, as you may know, all the higher end brands like the Profotos and Broncolors, they kind of limited these options there for their clients to a certain level. That meant they could not use these units as efficiently. And when you compare a unit like this to, for example, Profoto's B10 that costs about $1,600-$1,700, you're going to find that this makes a lot of sense. You can get almost 4 units for a flash and a trigger unit that comes with the Profoto, and this one you can get 3 flash units and a trigger, and it's going to give you just about the same results or even better results if you're considering to use it. Now, compactness is very, very important. What I like is it is able to be durable and be able to function in all kinds of scenarios. When you're transporting them, you want to make sure that the unit is going to last. For that, I trust on Westcott quality, because Westcott has produced incredibly good units. They have produced incredibly good light modifiers. I know I can trust their brand. For all the other ones like Godox and everything else, people buy them, they use them for a bit, and they find that the unit doesn't function. They cannot call a customer service. There is no one to call. what happens? They have to throw out the unit, and that is a waste of money. That's a waste of investment for somebody who uses units like flash units for their professional work. They need to be reliable. They need to be able to be serviced, and that is where Westcott comes in. You are able to get this unit serviced. For that, I think we have to be thankful that Westcott decided to change the game. Most importantly, they changed the game in the way that we use the flash triggers. No longer do I have to buy multiple flash triggers. We can do it all with one. And for that, we are very, very thankful. Thank you for Westcott for making such a big improvement. I would say if you are in the market looking for the best value, this is going to deliver incredible value. For anyone who wants to use flash units in their photography and want to upgrade from, let's say, on-camera flashes to something higher, this is a great investment. For a price of, for example, a Canon 600 flash, you are able to get pretty much this quality, and you're going to be able to have a lot more power, a lot more choice, and be able to deliver incredible results for your customers. So I hope this has been informative. We're going to look and test these units more in the future, and I will give you more updates as we go along. Now, I have provided links for the specs and where to buy these units at the best possible price. There are some kits that come with this flash unit that you can buy at a far more cheaper price than buying them individually. So I provided those links down below. Go check them out, read them. I have also other reviews on other Westcott products. You can read those as well. And please subscribe and like our channel, because we will be bringing you more reviews that is high quality, informative, and independent. I thank you for watching, and I see you in our next review.